Hi, I'm Mark Hershey with Movified, and I got a special guest here today named Mario Reyes. Mario, introduce yourself, tell the listeners who you are, where you're located, and how long you've been in the business.
Hey, how you doing, Mark? I'm Mario Reyes. I'm with South Bay Moving Systems. We're in Salinas, California. I've been in the moving business for over 40 years. Well, actually, today's my birthday.
Happy birthday.
Thank you very much. And we've celebrated that today a little bit. But ever since I've been 12, I've been in the moving business. And I'm 59, and full-time since I've been 19.
Wow, that's a long time in the industry. I love it. I love it. Now, you must get or experience some amazing stories, some wild ones, some not so shareable ones, and some ones that you're like, wow, this was a great experience, and I came away going, I need to do this differently. But we were talking the other night, and shared a wild story with me. Do you want to share that with our listeners as well, too?
Okay. Well, when I was on the trucks, we had to move. And we were moving a blind gentleman, and he said, hey, and he was going through a separation or divorce, and he said, listen, my wife's a little crazy, and he actually had armed security guards. If you see her, and then his security guard brought a picture of us, to him and said, tell us immediately, and listen to what the security guards have to tell you. And I said, okay, and he said, by the way, she's armed and dangerous. And I said to myself, okay, maybe he's just saying that, he's over-exaggerating a little bit. So 20 minutes later, sure enough, one of my guys says, I think I just saw her pull up. And the guys were ushering us to a room in the back. And I'm dragging because I'm like, oh, this is overrated. And all of a sudden, I hear the glass break, and she starts to shoot at.
Just like pop, pop.
Yeah. She starts to shoot at the house, and I'm like, whoa, I get on the ground and I'm crawling. But I think that would be that's more the abridged version, but there was more to it. But I don't think we can do that on this podcast. So,
Man, I love it. I love it. Thanks, Mario. You never know what you're going to walk yourself into in those moves. Sometimes we worry about having a hoarder, but imagine just showing up and you got gunshots going off.
Gunshots going on from the customer's wife. Oh, it was crazy. So, yeah, absolutely. That was probably when I've got other ones, of course, but I don't think we have that much time in the telecast.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, Salinas, I've never been there before, but I've heard it's sometimes a little bit of a rough situation or rough location, would you say?
Well, it is and it isn't. It's the home, 70% of all the fruits and vegetables, all the vegetables that touch the tables in the United States come out of that region. So it's a farming community. And then, of course, there's good and there's bad. But it's the gateway to Monterey. And we do the Naval Postgraduate School. And so that's why we're there. But it's the gateway. It's like an industrial community and farming community that leads to Pebble Beach, Monterey, which are very exclusive areas. So that's how I got down there. Actually, I got down there from a friend of mine. But that's we can lead into that segue.
Yeah, sometimes when you're getting involved in a moving company, you're trying to get started and established, you want to find a good location. Right. Sometimes you search and you're going, oh, okay, there's a bunch of houses for sale, or in this new area, I can see new development coming in. Maybe I really want to expand my company and start another location in this high population. Young people are moving in, or there's lots of seniors moving out and downsizing. So you go, this is the right spot for me. Now, when you're looking for that location, how did you come upon going, this is the right spot, this is where I want to start my head office, my location, and go from there?
Well, let me just say this. The location found me because a friend of mine invited me down because he was having some problems, an older gentleman, and then I just ended up absorbing some of his clients in his business. But I think that as far as cities and things of that nature, there is no right city. It's whatever's right for you. If you want to be a small town dominator, then maybe a small town's better. Or you could say, well, listen, I want to be in a big town. But then you have all the major van lines and all the established companies to contend with, although there's more business. So I think it's an individual choice. With me, I saw the opportunity to go to a smaller town that had a lot of revenue still with it and still be able to make my name down there. And I'm right now in the Salinas area, I am the biggest company in that area. So I was looked up.
And how many trucks are you operating out of there?
Right now we have 23 trucks. We've got 6 semis, and the rest are straight trucks.
Wow, that's amazing. Congratulations.
30,000 square foot warehouse. Yes. Yeah.
Now, when you started, did you said you assumed this company and took over a moving company in the area?
Well, I just bought the guy's assets. He didn't have much of a COD name, but he was entrenched in the military, and he was more of a mentor. He would come and tell me moving stories, more business owner stories, and things that helped me up to this day. And I still keep in contact with him.
That's awesome. Yeah, I think sometimes it's always nice to have that mentorship. Right. When I took over Salmons Transfer, the previous owner had been in the industry for over 40 years. Oh, wow. So it was big shoes to fill, but it was somebody that I could go to and say, here, I'm having trouble with this. Right. And when we are in that industry, sometimes movers don't like to share with other movers. Right. I don't want to tell you my numbers. I don't want to, share my marketing and my branding. And sometimes networking, not just with other real estate agents and other referral clients, is just as important as networking with other moving companies. Would you agree or disagree?
No, I agree with it. I mean, there's enough out there for everybody, and it doesn't matter how many times someone can tell you something. I mean, one of my favorite things is we're all athletes. You could, whatever fan you are, Michael Jordan can show us how to dunk every day of the week, but that doesn't mean we're going to dunk like Jordan. So we can either give secrets or help someone, and it doesn't mean they're going to do it because they're not us and we're not them. So they're going to do things that we can't do, and we're going to do things that they can't do. It doesn't matter if they're right or wrong. It doesn't matter if they're right or wrong, but it's just it's an individual thing. So I don't mind sharing, and I don't leave anything out because I'm like, if you can do something with it, that's great. If you can't, that's fine. Even if you're in my own market, I would rather compete against you, knowing that we both know the business, we understand pricing, we understand P&Ls, than deal with someone else that doesn't. So I'd rather educate my competitors, even though people are saying, oh, why would you do that?
Right.
Just so that we have good competition together, fair competition. And that's what I'm into.
Yeah, grow together. Yes. And make it work and have the same alignment as your mental thoughts. Correct. As well, too. Absolutely. Yeah, I love it. I love it, Mario.
Yeah, absolutely.
You have the name South Bay.
Yes.
Was that a name that was there when you took over, or was that a name that you sat down with a marketing team and came up with? Because sometimes having a good business name, and we talked about this in the other podcasts, is hard. And finding that good name that people are going to resonate with.
Right. Actually, it came because even though I'm in Northern California, I am from Los Angeles. And I went to school in the South Bay area of Los Angeles. And I wasn't actually from there. I was actually from Los Angeles Central. And I went down to the South Bay, and it was totally foreign to me. It was an area where it was a beach community. I ran into surfers. I had never had that experience in my life, but the people welcomed me into that community. I went to school down there, and it always brings fond memories down there for me. So I said, hey, you know what? I'm going to name my company South Bay.
I like it. Yeah. I like it. And your logo is fantastic too. It stands out. It resonates with people in the area. And finally, before we end off on this great short segment, give me a 45-second pitch. Who are you? Me and you are meeting in an elevator. You're introducing yourself. Tell the listeners that are located in your area or maybe want to work with you across America and North America what you're all about.
Well, if I had a short pitch, I would say that I'm a servant leader. I'd say that I come from a place of gratitude, and I like to let that stream through my company. We all are perfectionists in our own way, but I'm a constant and consistent learner. I'm a lifetime learner. I can never know enough. The day that you stop learning is the day that you die. We're excellent in customer service. And we aim to be one of the biggest companies in California and the United States.
I love it, Mario. I'm hooked. I'm signed up. I want to move down to your area and go, can you be my mover?
And I'm going to move. And I'm going to Western Canada to do the same for you.
Awesome. Yes. I love it. Thank you so much for your time, Mario. This is Mark Hershey with Movified. Thank you guys for joining us in this impromptu, short, one-on-one that I got to spend time with my friend Mario Reyes from South Bay Moving and Storage. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Appreciate
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thank you.